Calculus News. From the mountains to the coast, with five-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Eric Riding. Sam Roback weather. And your reporter in the field, Brian Fantana. It's Calculus News at 6 o'clock.
Good evening and welcome to Calculus News. I'm Eric. Let's get on with our top stories tonight. Breaking news out of integral calculus tonight. Reports have come in about a missing cosine. Authorities say it happened with this integral. Witnesses say sine and cosine got into an argument about how they do not know how to be integrated when multiplied together. Sine of x went undercover as u, and shortly after 6, a derivative of u, sine of x, was taken and solved for dx. Witnesses claim to have seen dx substituted back into the integral, and cosine x disappeared shortly after that. There are no leads, but it is known that the integral is now integratable and looks something like this. In other news, children are having trouble with u-substitution when no variable cancels out. According to a recent poll taken, 50% of children taking the AP exam do not remember this skill. For more on this story, we go to Brian, who's out in the field with more information on this problem. Brian?
Right, Eric. It's a problem that's festering with children ever since u-substitution began to be taught in schools. Calculus News wanted to learn more, so I went out looking for the root of this problem. Children. U-substitution. Most of them remember basic u-substitution where the variables cancel out. Most, however, overlook the harder part, when there is nothing to cancel out. I decided to go talk to the director of calculus to gather more information about this issue.
It's not that the kids don't learn this skill, it's just that the teacher spends so little time on it because it's not usually on the AP exam.
I found this interesting, so I showed the director a problem and asked, where do the children go wrong?
They mostly know what you should be here, and they have no problem solving for it. But when they substitute it back into the integral, they don't know what to do.
I took the time to search online and found what the children should do when they run into this issue. You must simply solve for x and substitute it back in. After this, simply take care of any algebra and you're home free. But the problem did not end here, however. After doing the research online, I found that not only does the non-cancel out confuse children, but solving definite integrals when u-substitution was involved was a problem too. Once again, I looked into what should be a simple u-substitution problem. Find and substituting u, we get... I found this is the point where many people trip up. After integrating this, we get... But wait, the limits of integration are for t, not u. To find the solution to this problem, I went back to the director of calculus.
What you're going to have to do is put the values in terms of u, which we already have an equation for. The two limits are -2 and 0, so just pull them in and solve. The children need to help realize this.
After this help, I was now able to get the integral to look like the one shown. Now it can be easily solved. This is too simple of a problem and needs to be looked at in more schools. I'm Brian, reporting for Calculus News. Well, Eric, as you saw, this is easy to solve, yet widespread problem, which can hopefully be fixed with more practice.
Right. Thanks, Brian. In other news tonight, we've received reports from viewers of improper use of u-substitution. For more information, let's go to Sam.
Yeah, reports have been flooding in. Some rather substantial problems with what u should equal. Let's look at some of the reports. Like for instance, integral of y divided by the square root of 1 plus y. This report shows u equals y. That's just wrong. Here's some tips to deal with these ridiculous reports we're getting. Choose an appropriate u. That's very important in u-substitution. Also, hope for some cancellation, which may not always happen, but is a favorable thing to look for. Everything should be in terms of u and integratable. Make sure you look out for u-substitution. Haha.
Thanks for the report, Sam.
No problem, Eric.
That about wraps it up for today.
I'm Sam,
And I'm Eric.
thanks for watching Calculus News.